Good morning. I hope you're able to join me. I usually do my Wednesday live stream on my Project Opera page on Facebook. But it seems I couldn't, I don't know, we're in technical problems, and Facebook was telling me somehow I couldn't use my computer or whatever it is I've got going on to use a live stream on Facebook, which I've done pretty much 3 times a week since the beginning of lockdown. So here we are. Okay, so this is a bit odd. Take a deep breath. I'm telling myself, take a deep breath. Take it with me if you like. Let's calm the nerves. So my apologies. We're starting about 20 minutes late this morning. My Wednesday sessions are usually an online sort of version of what David Rowe and I run on Wednesday mornings at the Church of St. John's in Ryde. Due to the COVID-19 lockdown, we've had to stop the sessions in person. So I thought it would be nice for people to be able to access a little bit of guidance of the vocal exercises and any sort of discussion online anyway. So what normally happens on a Wednesday morning at St. John's? Ooh. Well, we run what is called the Wellbeing Singing Group as an anxiety support group. We're not all singers. I am, obviously, but and it's more to do with meeting people who have any experience of anxiety or depression, and whether experiencing it at the time or whether they've had past experience and would like to support others. So we tend to meet and basically have a chat, very it's just sort of unconventional, laid-back chat with a little cup of tea or something, and a biscuit often. No biscuits for me this morning. I'm missing you, David. David always provides the biscuits and the tea. So we usually have a chat for mutual support. And then I run a few breathing and vocal exercises, like as in the sessions I've been running here on YouTube. And then we just sing some songs just for fun, just to relax together. So it's not a choir or anything like that. But it is very much about being there for people who suffer from anxiety and providing a support that quite often people struggle to get through the NHS. So we are not doctors. I'm not a doctor. I'm just an opera singer. And throughout, I've been singing for a good 30 years. So, and I've lived a life for 42 now. So throughout the experience as a singer and as somebody who has suffered from the depression and anxiety in the past, and having lived through lives, and I lost my dad about 5 years ago now. I also have experience of panic attacks and dealing with bereavement and so on. So through personal experience and coming through to the other side of dealing with big losses and things like that in life, I have found that I can use deep breathing and vocal exercise to help with a lot of that, because I find it helps me. So I want to help other people, and that's what the Wednesday sessions are all about. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's able to see me now. I don't know what's going on. So I think if you're there, oh no, is that a like, or is it just it tells me that there's one person watching? If you're there, leave a message, just say hi, so I know. I don't even know if I can see comments. It's been a weird morning. If I can't interact, then I'll just chat away, and hopefully, I don't know, perhaps the sound of my voice, and I'll say something illuminating and life-changing. You never know, it could happen. But if nothing else, the sessions are for, I always say to people, this is your session. It is also very much my session. I find our Wednesday meetings really useful, because sometimes the middle of the week can be my bad day, because you start Monday, Tuesday full of energy from having had a break over the weekend. Then Wednesday you go, oh, I've been doing so much. You lose energy. I lose energy. Excuse me. And then I have my lovely session with my lovely friends. And then it's sort of, oh, let's work towards the weekend. So I find that the middle of the week can be particularly difficult. Just generally, sometimes even on a physical point of view, if I find that I've been doing a lot over the past few days, it seems that a Wednesday is the day when it really should be my day of rest. So it does me good to sit in front of a camera and just chat some nonsense. And we will, of course, also do some breathing exercises and vocal exercises, because that is really, I feel, what is sort of my purpose in the group. So talking with friends, whether it's FaceTime or through Facebook or messaging, is something we can all do all the time. So it's not something that I really, I'm not going to sit here and teach you how to talk to your friends. So very much my purpose is the singing stuff. I think what I wanted to, one of the things I usually do when live streaming, and I don't necessarily get a response, I try and discuss where I am with things, or if I had any thoughts that I thought perhaps other people might have had. And this time, at this time when we're on lockdown, wherever we may be around the world, and on what level of lockdown as well, that seems to sort of change. I understand that we are all very, we have a lot of mixed feelings, I think. There is a lot of worry, particularly about obviously contracting illnesses, and will we be affected? Will our families be affected? And from what I see, from what I read on Facebook particularly, and on social media, and a little bit on Twitter, right? Yeah, I find that I want to get involved in conversations, and I say, oh, there's just no point. There's just no point. I think everybody is just a little bit frustrated because, well, I'm going to just come out and say it, because sometimes that's what it's all about. We just need to just, put things out there. It's like Voldemort, don't say his name. It's not saying the name, it's just, increases the fear. Well, people are worried about this COVID-19, but more than anything, we don't really know anything about it. We're told bits and pieces. Nobody really seems to know exactly what to do about it, what the symptoms are, because things change every day. People seem to experience it in different ways. So if we've been there and we've had the test, then fantastic. We're in, well, it's difficult, it's stressful, but at least it's a known thing. It's a known enemy. For the vast majority of people, there's this sense that, well, the world doesn't look any different. And most of the people we know haven't been tested. They haven't, obviously, they haven't been proven to have COVID-19. So even people who've been unwell, because this time of year, most people get hay fever or a cold or the flu, or we feel a little bit under the weather. I mean, every year, come the spring, I get really bad hay fever. There was a year where I couldn't do any singing because My hay fever was so bad that my throat was all closed up and nothing was working at all. So, people get ill. So they're either going to panic, but they're not getting tested because it's not serious enough to end up in hospital. Or they just go, well, it's just going to be what I always get every springtime. So there's a lot of mistrust. And I think my feel, and I often say this in my sessions when we talk about whether I'm teaching people how to sing or whether I'm just taking our Wednesday class through a little meditation through the breathing and the singing. I think most of us seem to struggle with really liking ourselves, trusting ourselves, and forgiving ourselves. So in a world in which we're always looking out to see how we should be, right from childhood and teenage particularly, it's normal for children to watch what the grown-ups and the role models are teaching us how to be and what to do and what not to do. They teach us right and wrong. So as a child, it's normal to watch and learn how to fit into society. But as we grow up, we should take that knowledge, take that understanding, and apply it to who we are. Because as human beings, we are already pretty perfect in many ways. The human body has ways of healing itself. Cells, we're constantly producing cells, so we shed old ones and so on. If we get a bug, we cough, we get fevers and so on. The body defends itself and it's constantly rebuilding cells. I read somewhere once that everybody's body is no older than 2 weeks, because throughout the course of our life, we're constantly shedding old cells and producing new ones, right? So we are amazing. There's so much we can do. And when we're born, we have this huge capacity for intelligence. We have this great intelligence. We're like sponges. We're constantly learning. But we're not like empty vases. I remember when I was young, before becoming a mum, I used to be really scared at the prospect of becoming a parent, because I don't know where I got this from, but I had the impression that children were pretty much like empty vessels, and you had to teach them everything. When I then had children, I realized that actually kids are really, really clever. They've got it going on. It's all in there. But what we do is that we learn to survive. We learn to fit in. So there are certain things that we need to learn, like language and what's right and wrong within society, what things are good for us and bad for us, and things that we can learn. But fundamentally, what we should do is make sure that as a person, what starts from birth isn't just ignored and allowed to just die off. And somehow I think that perhaps with the media, perhaps through peer pressure, once we get to a certain age, we start to we lose track of who we are. We increasingly think that we have to keep looking to the outer world to make sure we fit in. And we surround ourselves with pictures of models and, I don't know, actors and singers and people who are successful, and we want to be there. We want to be able to fit into that world that seems so shiny. But we lose track of ourselves. And if anything, I'm not saying this about everybody, but an awful lot of people, from having spoken to people and hearing people, and I've met a lot of people in my life. In my so many cases, people seem to be so critical of themselves, because they've gone from the parents telling them that's right and that's wrong, to then telling themselves, oh, well, I'm not like that. I'm not as successful as that man over there. I'm not as successful as that woman. If that woman I see walking on the street or on the news manages to be a mother and have a successful career and be so impeccable in front of the cameras every morning, why can't I do that? There must be something wrong with me. And it's something that we keep doing. So we pummel down at ourselves. And then when it comes to reacting to people in power, we then want to be we get angry, we get frustrated, because, well, you're in power. You should be able to make my life perfect. You should be able to fix everything. And yes, they do get paid a lot of money to fix everything. But I think we also have to realize that sometimes you need to take time to put yourself in someone else's shoes. A doctor has spent decades learning and practicing medicine. A scientist has spent decades learning and practicing science, usually in a lab. There's a lot about graphs and things like that. You can't really expect somebody whose job is specifically to deal with test tubes and graphs to then apply decisions and advice to family life. I mean, yes, of course, they should have that empathy on the assumption that they have families themselves. But when it comes to work, we tend, as human beings, we all do this. We all tend to compartmentalize. If you're a politician, you do politics when you're at work. It's difficult to balance your empathy that you've achieved within a family with what you do at work. As I say this, it sounds insane, and I'm sure that if you hear this, any of you, you're probably going, "What? You're insane." Well, truth is, it shouldn't be. I know, I understand that absolutely, and that's what in my little bit of world, I've balanced my career with family life, because I have always been quite introspective. I'm very self-critical, but I've also I've always relied on myself. Been an only child, being raised by just one parent. I moved to England when I was 12, just me and my dad. So I was far from family. I didn't speak English for the first 6 months. Then I magically learned English. I spoke it better then than I do now, would you believe? And I did. I took my my English language GCSE after about a year of being in England, and I was in the second year of secondary school, so I took it early, and I passed. I got an A. Or possibly B. I don't know, it's a long time ago. Point is, I'm used to having to rely on myself. So there's not much space for self-criticism without making a point of giving myself a kick up the backside and making sure I get things done. And yeah, I don't know. It's getting away from me, and I'm realizing I'm just talking a lot. So and I'm getting no interaction. So talking a lot of nonsense without any interaction seems a little bit self-indulgent. So what are we going to do? I wonder if the thing to do is to check if anybody's I don't know. Okay, well, somebody's noticed on Facebook that I've shared that I'm live on YouTube. Let's see what happens. Okay. So let's do some breathing exercises. And then if I feel like saying anything else, I will. And if you want to listen to me, then do. If not, scrap it. You don't have to, really. Oh, a little dog open the door. It does every now and then. If you don't, obviously you can't turn the handle, but if you just push the door to, he will, persevere in opening. Clearly of it. Okay, so I think we'll start from a sitting position. Today I'm sitting on a chair with a back. I don't normally sit on my piano stool, but my husband is moving things about. He's going to put new shelves up and whatever. So I'm not even sitting at the piano this morning. It's just a very low table. So try and sit up. So don't lean on the backrest. Sit forward ever so slightly in your chair, and place your knees at about 90 degrees and feet flat on the floor. If you're short like me and your knees are a bit wider than 90 degrees, then it's fine. Feet on the ground and just hands, palms up. Relax your neck so that your head is just nice and low. So try not to have your head up like that. Is there a reason why I say that? I think there is, because that is just more relaxed. Oh, it's a more relaxed position for some reason. I wonder if it's something to do with the fact that our larynx and esophagus, our throat, our mouth and throat is basically that kind of shape. So if your head is back, you're stretching these muscles. Well, really, I want relaxation. So allowing your head to just dangle forward naturally just follows the natural position of your throat and everything. So it's more relaxing. Kind of clever. Humor me. So anyway, hands up, palms up. Let's try and sort of smile. Let's close our eyes and breathe in through the nose, but visualizing, almost mentally guiding the air in through our eyes. And then we blow, visualizing the air escaping through our head on all sides, sort of like that. So not behind, just like that. So we'll go, hold it when you can't breathe in anymore, and then out. So breathe in as far as you can, and breathe out as far as you can. Breathe in. And out. Once more, and really feel the air, feel your chest from the inside. Be aware of that movement of air, as if the air was like the sea washing against the coast, against the rocks, against the sand. Breathe in and out. So the more breaths we take, the deeper we're breathing. And the deeper the breath, the more you will feel your chest, the muscles around your chest engaging, the inside of your chest, your lungs really moving and filling up with air and clearing any airways. And you should also feel the energy we're releasing down your arms as we are cleansing our blood and encouraging our circulation with good deep breathing. We'll do 2 more, really raising our awareness, deepening our awareness of our body's reaction to our breath. Breathe in and out. Last one. I'll just say last one. It'll be the last breath that we are guiding. But the purpose of breathing exercises is not just to do them by themselves. It's to build up muscle memory, to teach ourselves how to breathe better, and then incorporate that technique into our everyday breathing. So I'm going to, I think I'll stay in my chair, but I'll sit back a little bit. So as I make any sound, it doesn't blow up my microphone. I wonder if I can adjust the camera a little bit. So you can stand if you like, if you prefer. Otherwise, sit. I'm now sitting sort of quite far forward in the chair, so that my back is fairly straight. Still, the head is nice and loose. And we'll incorporate our hams, our arms, in some humming exercises. So cheeks nice and high. You see, the reason why I go live and I don't tweak the videos is because I can be quite clumsy generally, okay, with my speech and with my thoughts. I mean, I can say one thing and forget what I was talking about literally the next second. And I'm hoping that will make you laugh. Because in truth, laughter is the best medicine. And when we're doing vocal exercises, we want a soft palate up and we want our cheeks nice and high. We want to smile. So if we are forcing a smile and going, no, it's not going to work, is it? I mean, so if I'm just being a bit of a clown and you're laughing at me, then it'll be a natural lifting of the cheekbones, of the cheeks. Oh, yes, never mind. Okay. So, as we were sitting before, but we'll now incorporate movement in the arms, not in the hands, in the arms, for now at least. So we'll go. Together. Going up. Really listen to your arms and how they are feeling and how they're moving. Couple more. So with that simple movement, we are starting to also stretch the back very gently. And it's a very simple exercise for our arms, getting the blood moving, flowing clearly in our arms. And also listening to our body, listening to the movement and how our muscles feel. That increases our self-awareness. And by increasing focus on how aware we are of ourselves and how we move, how we act, how we react, we're really building up more of an understanding of ourselves in little ways. But the more we are aware of our body, the more we can learn about ourselves. It's just sort of fine-tuning the listening, turning our mind around from constantly listening to the world around us to taking ourselves into account and listening to ourselves, and therefore just having an increased respect for what we have to say in this world. Starting from our breath, because breath is important. And do people think about breathing? We breathe all day around, all day long. We never stop, but we just ignore the thing, in spite of the fact that it's the key of all life. You know. Good. So we'll come down. I'm now sort of stretching backwards. I find that during lockdown particularly, although I do go out for my daily bit of exercise, because I'm avoiding being in busy areas, I tend to just go to my local shop if possible, and I might just walk my little dog, and I do get a little bit of a walk, but we're not really going that far. And I haven't got a greyhound. You can see him over there. That is how he is, even when he goes for a walk. What he likes to do, he likes to smell everything. So going for a walk with my lovely dog, Oscar, is not really exercise for me. So he gets plenty of deep breathing exercise, but I just sort of walk around. So I find that life is a lot more sedentary than it would have been, than it was before lockdown. So how do you feel? Do you feel you get a little bit of sort of back pain, but it's more of it's not pain as such, it's just stiffness. And I think my dad used to take, he went for a phase, he discovered cod liver oil. He goes, yes, it makes your joints function. Yeah. If you ever tried this stuff, it's disgusting. It's like raw fish guts. Blah. Well, literally, yes. Anyway, so yes, but the thing to do is to listen to your body, listen to those bits of tension and discomfort, and allow them to loosen up a little. So, good. So let's sit as we were, but we're pushing ourselves forward like this. Excuse me, tummy. And we'll do a similar exercise to before, but we'll go down the scale. Can't actually remember what the exercise was before, so we'll just do a different one. We go. It's a bit similar, isn't it? But different. So say the word, have your cheeks nice and high. Say the vowels really close to the front of your mouth so that the rest of your jaw and head and throat are nice and relaxed. Okay? As we go down towards the lower register, we'll just enjoy the relaxation at the back, the relaxation of the joint here with your jaw, and just the vibrations going down your throat into your chest. So together. Io, 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 io. 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 Make sure you breathe into the soft palate. Io, 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 io. Few more. Now, at this point, this is where I hit my passaggio from the middle voice to the lower part. So what I do is that it will sound more like a chest voice. What I do is that I focus on my nose, nasal cavities. This is what I project from, and then I will just radiate the sound into the chest, not into the throat, into the chest. So, e, o, e, o, e, o, e, o, more. E-o, 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 e-o. Really feel the projection starting from around your teeth. Really feel the vibrations there. E-o, 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 e-o. E-o, 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 e-o. Last two, possibly. Yo, 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 yo. Can I do one more? Yo, 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 yo. Oh, I'm gonna try another one. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, I'm playing with this now. Oh, let's have a go. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, can we do one more? I'll explain why in a minute. Yo, 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 yo. Oh. Well, okay, relax. Relax your arms. Have a good shake. Well, I keep going on about getting to know ourselves, getting to know our body by ourselves. Yeah, it doesn't have to sound pretty, but if your voice can do a thing, give it a go. Don't force it. I think the important thing is never try to sound like anyone else. Don't push the voice. Don't overperform for anyone else. Get to know your own instrument. And this is how, during vocal exercises, just play with it and see where your voice is comfortable and what it can do, but within its comfort zones. For so many people, I think comfort zone is about 5 notes, but it's playing with those boundaries and seeing, obviously I'm not going to stand on a stage and sing something like because it's not my voice. It's not going to sound beautiful. But it's fun in an exercise. So good. Next thing, we're sitting a lot. So what I'd like us to do is to stretch our legs so that they are straight in front of us. We're resting the heels on the ground. Feet nice and awake, pointing up to the ceiling. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. Instead of that, we'll take a couple of deep breaths like that. So in. Oh, sorry. Breathing in through the mouth. In. And out. Give yourself a big hug. Oh, really stretch the back. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in, raising your knees. And breathe out, stretch your legs. Once more, breathe in, raising your knees. And out. Do one more. And out. Let's stretch your spine from top. We're just moving our head side to side with an eyes. Oh, did you hear that one crack? That was my neck. And as we open our arms and we go back to sitting normally, we stretch and we look out beyond the right hand or left, which we want to turn to. And then the other side. So reach out with your arms and look beyond your hand to where you're stretching towards. And then I think we'll expand on that stretch by going together. And to the other side. And forward. Arms up. I've changed the tuning, so let's do it together again. And tippy toes, bending down. Again, it's a different pitch, so we'll do it again. And see if you really go feet on tippy toes, knees up. We'll try and scrunch ourselves up in a ball. We'll change our pitch again to together. As we come back, we'll go and final one on it's a similar movement but closer to your body. Together. Big breath. Let's stand up together, take a big breath, and then touch our toes. Breathe in. And then flop towards your toes gently. Bend your knees to ease your way up. Breathe in. And good. So how's that? Gosh, I've been going on for 40 minutes. That's not too bad. Normally we then sing some songs. So I'm going to go and grab one of my folders. Bear with me. I haven't got any of my folders handy. You see, because my dear husband is planning shelves, I've emptied my music shelf of everything, and everything is in bags and boxes. Sorry, It's all a bit shaky. So I don't know what I'm going to find. I grabbed this. It's just got stuff in it, so we'll see what comes out. Usually we have a real variety of songs to choose from. I print out just words for the Wellbeing singing group to sort of stand around or sit around and just sing for fun, based on the fact that we're a really mixed group. Some people are Christians, some people are not. Some people are Buddhists, some people are atheists, some people are of different ages. So we range from, I think, 25 till, I don't know. We've had people around the age of 70 join us. So we have a real mix. We have some hymns, we have some songs by the Beatles, some songs by Bob Marley, and all sorts. At least I can recognise it. I haven't even got the words. First thing I can find is a song I don't know at all, so I'm not even going to attempt it. The Lord's my shepherd, because whilst the churches are shut, we're also, me and my little family at home, we've been printing from the Vatican's website the readings for the Sunday and sort of picking up songs to go with it, with them even. But this is also the folder I take to the prison with me when I'm not going at the moment, obviously during lockdown, but when I go and do my Wellbeing singing sessions there. Let's see, I've got Nessun Dorma or Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy, can we sing about Danny Boy? It's a bit depressing, so I think we'll sort of do a verse and see what happens. What I think is really useful when learning to sing a song properly is to first sing it through on a hum, because then you place it in the right place where you need to focus from and project from. So, and because I haven't got an accompaniment, I think we'll be artistic and hum it first. Okay? We'll pitch it on. Join in if you know the tune or the song. Let's try and sing it. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But coming back when summer's in the meadow, oh, and the valley's hushed and white with snow, it's only here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. I think we'll do that one again, because I'm sure I did it wrong. Shall we? Now, if you know it better than me, tell me. So we're going to give it another go. I wonder if what I did wrong is that it should be going up at the end of the first bit. Okay, let's give it another go. Same verse. The second one is a bit more depressing. Oh, let's drop the pitch. Oh, Danny boy. Yeah, okay. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. it, you must go and I must hide. But come back, the summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. It'll be sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Beautiful. And what else have I got? I've got Nessun Dorma. My Friday people love it. All the Italian stuff and all the opera stuff. And actually also the chaps of the prison love it. When we first started the sessions there, they expected it to be an opera class. So everybody was humming Nessun Dorma and going, oh, Vincero. I said, you know what, actually, let's give it a go. And somebody else, one of the guys there also said he loves the music of the night. He loves the Phantom of the Opera. And I wonder if as well, on some level, it makes him feel a little bit out of the prison. The music takes him out of the world he's been living in probably for some years and will be in for a lot longer. So should we try the music of the night? And then Nessun Dorma? Well, on the Wednesday sessions, I try to stick to English, is the thing. It is also not my voice. So let's see. We'll do a couple of verses. Nighttime sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness wakes and stirs imagination. Silently the senses abandon the defenses, helpless to resist the notes I write. For I compose the music of the night. Slowly, gently, night unfurls its splendor. Grasp it, sense it, tremulous and tender. Hearing is believing, music is deceiving, hard as lightning, soft as candlelight. Dare you trust the music of the night? Close your eyes, for your eyes will only tell the truth. And the truth isn't what you want to see. In the dark, it is easy to pretend that the truth is what it ought to be. Softly, deftly, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you. Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know you cannot fight. The darkness of the music of the night. It carries on beyond that, but it's a really in an uncomfortable place in my voice. Beautiful. I think I don't know. Oh, I don't have my Beatles songs here with me. I know usually, particularly Dave loves it. David, sorry, I call you Dave. If you don't know, David Rowe is the church warden at the Church of St. John's in Ryde, and he runs the Wellbeing Singing Group with me. But in Nessun Dorma, you've got the words at the end. Say vincerò, 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 which means I will win, which I think right now, when especially those of us who really feel a little bit anxious about going out and about, but we also feel that our anxiety is increased by being indoors, it's catch-22, isn't it? It's a little bit of hope, you know, when the sun will rise, when we'll all come out again, we will win and we will be all together again. That would be lovely. But I think what I'll do, because it's quite a big song, so that it doesn't sound all peculiar over the online, I'm going to stand up. Actually, no, I'm going to sit, but I'll sit further back. Pitch it on. Nessun dorma, purpurea principessa, nella tua fredda stanza, ardire stelle che tremano d'amore e di speranza. Ma il mio mistero è chiuso in me, io non io nessun saprà, no, no, sulla tua bocca lo dirò. Quando la luce splenderà ed il mio bacio scioglierà il silenzio che ti fa mia. Io non visto nessun saprà, e noi troveremo a memoria, morirà di guardate, tramontate stelle, all'alba vincerò, vincerò, I hope you had a real good go with me as well there. There's fantastic tenor arias, eh? Right, I'm going to close it there. If you have any thoughts, anything you'd like to talk about, feel free to message me. If you have anything that can be happily shared and commented here below on the YouTube video, go for it. And if you would like, if you're one of our people that don't really feel confident about putting your inner thoughts out in the open online, and you would rather send me a message, you can do so. I have two Facebook pages. It's facebook.com/AnnalisaVaughan.Soprano, or the Project Opera page where I usually do these live streams on a Wednesday, which is facebook.com/Project Opera. And I manage both of those pages alone. So if you have anything you would like to just sort of share with me that you would like to keep confidential, I'm the only person that reads them, unless there's if there's any sort of health and safety. If obviously we see that there's any danger available. Sorry. We see that you could do with some help, or indeed every now and then you get people who are a bit unkind towards us, the other side, obviously it will be reported. So otherwise, if it's just something you'd like to just chat with me, you'd be very welcome. Yes. So I will be back here on YouTube for my live stream on Friday morning at 11 o'clock British time. So, but the Friday sessions are very much specifically deep breathing, vocal exercises, usually aimed at physical and mental well-being. I think actually this week is where I'm going up to the head. Oh, excuse me. Hey, shh. No, Oscar. No, it's not nice. You can't bark at people just because they're out walking. It's not nice. Not nice. Can't talk. Oh, dear. Okay, so my Friday sessions, we talk about using deep breathing and vocal exercises for physical and mental well-being. It's on some level, I suppose, minor self-healing. On the past weeks, I've talked about headaches and migraines and hay fever. I've talked about using vocal exercise and deep breathing for easing back pain, sort of more lumbar pain, abdominal pain, even period pains. So last week it was VE day, so I was going to do legs and feet, so I did it a little bit, and then I did a bit of singing as well. Did go back and have a look because I'm not British, so I did throw in "God Save the Queen," but all the songs I sang were things like "O Sole Mio," "Funiculi Funicula," and so on. It was very much in memory of people who lived through the Second World War. Yeah. So yes, when I've sort of gone from the head down to the feet, then this week the idea was to come back to the head, but sort of show how I use deep breathing and vocal exercise going sort of hand in hand with meditation to ease the mind and relax. So join me for that on Friday if you like. If you find my videos at all useful, please do share them with anybody else who you think would benefit. If not, tell me, please, and I shall stop. Not, to be honest, a lot of people do tell me they do find it useful. So I keep going, and even though, as I say, they're a bit clumsy, I'm reluctant to take them down and make them better, because from what also some people have said to me, they particularly enjoy the reality, the sense of just having a chat with a friend. So yeah, fantastic. Well, have a great day. Whether you watch me now, thank you for having done so. If you're watching later, thank you for listening, and see you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.